Good evening. I'm here in this fine evening in Seremban, Negeri Sembilan. Personal detail about me, Negeri Sembilan is where my grandmother lived her whole life, and my kampung is here. You see, for me, the idea of a Malaysian kampung is exactly what you are also imagining. Wooden houses, dirt roads, and a wonderful community to back it all up. But not everyone shares that idea. You see, in the 1950s, the Malaysian government faced the communism crisis. And as an attempt to battle that crisis, they decided to segregate the Malays and the Chinese into separate kampungs. So they did a lot of things. They established the ID cards. They locked down the entire country so that to avoid the PKM from coming in Malaysian communities. But the segregation of the Chinese and Malay community was because they wanted to avoid communist influences from reaching the Malays specifically. And unsurprisingly, this led to a lot of division within the community. You see, after that event, Malaysia tried to reprimand their actions. See, they tried to bring everyone in, but that led to a lot of racial discrimination between the races. And in 1969, there was a riot that was so horrific that the effects are still being felt to this day. And so you can see how division has affected our country for a long time. So that is the problem that we are here to tackle. This video is about division and racial discrimination in Malaysia.
So who are the target audience for this topic? Well, the main target would be the media industry because they have the direct ability to facilitate what goes on their platform. Besides that, we also targeting the general public because it is important that people should know more about the effect of the social media output. We are also targeting the government because if necessary, they can facilitate or fund the next step towards social progress. Here are some racial discrimination in social media. The lack of exposure minority group when people have limited interaction to minority group. We also realize stereotype and propaganda especially social media. This will lead misunderstanding and discrimination attitude. And lastly, economic status disparities are significantly, partly due to fear among Malay of being economically overtaken.
Now let's dive into the effects of the issue has. First, corruption of Malaysian image. Malaysian pride is ourselves on being multicultural and multi-ethnic nations. This diversity is a cornerstone of our national identity. However, racial discrimination on social media undermines this image by highlighting divisions among different racial and ethnic groups in our country. When discriminatory sentiments are widely shared online, it portrays a nations that are struggling with internal conflicts and social fragmentation. Secondly, online harassment. Social media amplifies racial discrimination through constant online harassment, causing mental stress for the victims, especially us young people who are particularly active on social media. We are the most vulnerable. This can affect the victim's self-esteem and can lead to long-term mental health problem. The fear of being targeted may cause the individual to withdraw from online spaces, missing out the benefits and opportunities that social media offers. Lastly, inspiration of real-world violence. Online hate can lead to severe real-world consequences. For example, 2019 Christchurch mosque shooting was fueled by the perpetrators' exposure to racist views and racial supremacy online. The shooter said that YouTube was their source of inspiration, showing that online rhetoric can manipulate someone to do something extreme in the real world. That's all from me. Thank you.
There's a wide range how we practice diversity, but now I'm going to focus on movies. Okay, so do you guys love movies? I'm pretty sure you guys know Mulan, Moana, Princess Tiana from Princess and the Frog. These three princesses show different, beautiful cultures, and the audience from different backgrounds still loves the movie and watch them. Okay, so as for the sport, you guys know who Muhammad Salah is? So if you guys don't know, Muhammad Salah is a player football who hired for Liverpool team. After he's been hired, Islamophobia in Liverpool went down.
Okay, so racism is a great problem that has plagued societies throughout history. Wars have been waged and leave behind trails of suffering and division. The reason behind these wars are because of pointless violent ideologies. Okay, so the damage that has been inflicted from those wars should be a reminder for all of us about the consequences behind inadequate responses. We must learn from history to avoid the same mistakes from happening again, especially in the digital world where misinformation and hate spread so rapidly there. Although the digital realm might seem a bit different, the impact of racism there is just as harmful as in the real world. So in conclusion, tackling racism is essential to create a just and inclusive society. And with that, thank you for watching.